I meant to ask this on the phone. But how old are you?
Well, I know you were looking for someone early to mid-20s. I'm slightly older.
Right. How old?
I just turned 29.
Recently?
Last year.
So you're 29?
Last year.
And how old are you, like, right now?
1 more year older.
So 30.
Yeah. 32.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Ready Speaker. And you just saw a clip of No Hard Feelings, the 2023 movie vehicle for Jennifer Lawrence, a sort of romantic comedy. I don't know, I don't know, spring, like winter romance fling, maybe not. I'm not quite sure. So yeah, you saw the clip. You see what it's about. I mean, it's pretty much summary is that a girl from Long Island, from all the way out in the Hamptons, is sort of priced out of her community, and she decides to answer an ad where someone put out on Craigslist, deflower our son and we'll give you a car. It's not a great car, it's an old car, it's a Buick. So I think it sort of goes that route. What kind of film is it? I guess from the summary, it's a comedy. Now let's look at IMDb really quick here. Let's see, an hour 43 minutes. Poster's okay. Director is Gene Stupnitsky. Writers are Gene Stupnitsky and John Phillips. I'll tell you, the script does read like a man wrote it. Stars Jennifer Lawrence, Andrew Barth Feldman, and Laura Benanti. And let's see, there's a few other people in this you might know of. Matthew Broderick is in there. Let's see, anybody else? Hassan Minhaj is in there. There's a few other people you might remember just by face. So it's a kind of... Let's see how this movie works out. Location, it's Long Island, could be anywhere. Honestly, it could be anywhere. It's like a resort, wealthy resort sort of community with summer houses and people. Matthew Broderick, I think, does a great job. And Laura Benanti, they do a great job as the parent of the child. And that's the clip I showed you. It's kind of quirky. It's kind of fun. I kind of think they got into it a little bit, how they should have. Jennifer Lawrence is her vehicle. She recently had a sort of romantic comedy, and this reminded me of that. I'm just going to look it up real quick and see what it is. I think it was last year or the year before. Causeway. That was 2022. So also a down and out girl, and she sort of befriends somebody that you wouldn't think she would befriend. And that's okay. It's a slow burn sort of thing. This one is trying to be witty, trying to push those envelopes. Her relationship with the said boy doesn't really ring true. I think it's more of, again, I feel like the script was written by a guy. It's a fantasy script. She does a full body scene where she fights people on the beach. So I'm just going to throw it out there. If you're going to watch her for that, it's actually her doing the stunt. I looked it up. It's kind of crazy. But there's a lot of teasing and her trying to attract this boy to commit the act so she can get the car and the parents are happy. And it goes pretty much as planned, where there's no spoilers here. He's going to find out that it's a plan to make him a man, sort of. And he has some stuff that he brings up, which I thought was an interesting, it was an interesting way to bring why he's socially awkward. And I think that's probably where they should have delved a little bit more into it. Not making too much where he's, I don't know how they want to diagnose him with something because of that. But there are things that are traumatic for people, and sometimes that doesn't let them get to a place where they're comfortable talking to other people. And I think that's sort of the crux of this. Now, Jennifer Lawrence's character, oh my God, she's abrasive. Mandy Barker, she's really abrasive. And she comes from like a broken family, essentially. There's all these little things about her that show why she's so abrasive. She's, she dates a lot of guys. She breaks up her relationships with those guys. She really doesn't care. Those guys don't matter to her. I don't think any man she's been with is ever been anything except just a fun time, and she tries to get away from it. She probably is too put together, I would say, for this character, with where she is. It's just not sloppy enough. I know she's trying to be sloppy, but it's just not sloppy enough. The Andrew Barth Feldman as Percy Becker, he is maybe too Woody Allen in the early days. And I kind of seen this character before. I'm not really impressed by it. I don't really feel their chemistry as friends too much. I'm sure they were on set. I'm sure it's like a set friendship. and that transferred over onto the screen. But is there anything more than that? That I feel there was anything that was like going to build on that? Probably not. She also has these friends on the I think it's Natalie Morales and Scott MacArthur, and they're kind of stereotypical people. Not really anything that stood out. I think they're really there for the jokes, and they sort of just padded in there. And wouldn't it be quirky to say this? Wouldn't it be fun to say this and that? There's some douchebags in there, and it tries to show the douchebag rich mentality of how Maddie's being pushed out, and she's a real islander or townie, and the other people are just visiting and just investors, and they're flipping and they're out. They're not really part of the town. But when you're the only person who has that original house in the town, are you really the town person anymore? I mean, you kind of gotta like let that go. And there was a way out for her. And you can watch the movie. It's fine. You might like her, and she does some good things. I've seen her do some excellent things. I just don't know if this is really the movie that got across that line for her as a film for this year. Is it a paycheck? I don't think so. I think she probably enjoyed doing it. I think it felt like she enjoyed doing it. So I don't know if this is just a paycheck film. Has it gotten buzz? No. There was like I said, a full frontal shot of her, and you have another comedy that came out this year, Joyride, which I thought was a lot more fun, and that also had some female nudity in it. But I don't know if this one needed it. It sort of put it into the spot. I actually would have found it funnier if he was full on frontal. So to me, this was like too titillating. Whereas I think the comedy would have been more of him, maybe doing something different, out of character, that he just got instead of being nervous and shy and scared for the bulk of the film. And then he just got nasty towards the end. And I didn't really understand that. Like there's a nastiness to him. Like he felt like he was lied to and betrayed. And I guess if you're socially awkward as he's playing it, maybe that can happen. So I just can't see it from that perspective. But there was a point where I was like, I don't know if he's really a nice kid. And maybe he didn't deserve that friendship in my mind. Sometimes people make wrong decisions. But they're trying, and you can see it's like ham-fisted trying. That's actually part of it too. That sort of threw me off. It's very ham-fisted, her trying, and him being so awkward as a high school senior is kind of weird. I guess kind of isolated. I mean, so awkward with the scenes and the setup, and so unaware that an 18-year-old or a 17-year-old would never be that unaware, in my opinion. So. Yeah, what does he get? Like I think it got like a 5 point something on here. 6.4. Honestly, I don't know if it deserves a 6.4. I mean, moments might. I don't think it deserves a 6.4. I think it should get a little less. It's maybe she's trying to break into this genre and stay there. I would love to see a great romantic comedy. I just don't think this is it. So yeah, that's my review. I guess stay for the full frontal if you like it. And skip the movie. It's probably my recommendation. Okay. Bye, everybody. Hey, subscribe, like, share, comment. Please. Give me a comment. Tell me if you think I'm an ass or I'm doing okay. And I really appreciate that. So, again, that's all I want. Now, bye.